Good morning, guys. It's 7:30 on Saturday, and I'm in Phoenix. Got a nice sunset, sunrise. Sorry, wow, early. Haven't had coffee yet. But I'm about to leave in like 30 minutes. Fly to California because we're taking some new Defy products, very brand new, to Bethel Church. I'm gonna hang out with the Bethel production guys, Jesse Maitland, Michael Doherty, Blake Citro. I'm gonna hang out with them, show off some of the new toys, and let them play with it. And you're gonna come along for the journey. Well, we got the gear, got the rental car. It's kind of nice, you know, haven't really talked about what product we have, but I guess this will come out after the launch. So we actually have the Rhythm Compact, which is the brand new Defy Rhythm. It's half the size, 2/3 the weight, all the same functionality, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into that later. But the cool thing is that normally I have to rent like a full-size minivan or a full-size SUV to fit all the gear. And this is my first time traveling with the Rhythm Compact. There's only two in the world right now, and I have one of them. And I'm in a Ford Explorer, which is a standard SUV, not even a full-size SUV. So I can fit all the gear at 40 feet of track. I have a sled, 2 different heads, and a bunch of hardware, and I'm in a Ford Explorer, and I could still actually fit 2 people in the car right now. Like, I could fit 3 people in the car. Shocking. So, I mean, this system's pretty sick already, just that alone. Well, 2 hours later, we made it. We're in Redding at Bethel. We're just waiting for Michael and Jesse to show up so we can start loading in, and that's when the real fun begins. Hi, Jesse.
Hey, how's it going?
He made it.
I sure did.
So, you've seen the full-size ones before.
Yeah, they're monstrous.
And we've used them. So, obviously, now it's all in here, which is pretty wild. So, you've kind of already seen a photo, but, you know, gotta build up the suspense a little bit for what we can now do.
It's so much smaller.
Everything's here.
That's like a third of the size?
Half the size, yeah. Everything's in here, which is pretty crazy. But
okay.
I actually have 2 heads. This is a Movi, which we probably won't use, but then this is the EX250, and then this is our track hardware.
Oh my gosh, so it is really tiny.
Yeah. So you could
that's
you can ditch this whole Pelican. You could ditch that Pelican, and then it's just those tubes and that.
Yeah, that's small. All right, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Hey guys.
Yeah, you could actually fly with it. Like, check.
Yeah, I could have
That's what's wild
checked
about
all
it.
that. I didn't actually have to cargo it. So, for those of you who haven't been here before, you've probably seen me make videos here before. We're in Bethel Church in Redding. Here's the room. And so traditionally they have ped, follow cam, the jib there, and then they usually run a dolly over here, house right, and it's just a Dana dolly Komodo 70-200, I think, or something like that. So what we're doing today is we're putting 20 feet of track here and running the Rhythm here instead of the Dana dolly. So the idea is to replace what they normally have, smaller footprint And the benefit is we're going to run the EX250, and so they can see it. And we have gotten them to match Komodos pretty decently, but normally they have like a 70-200 or 24-105 or something here. That EX250, we talk about it a lot, but it's a 25-300 fully stabilized. So we have more reach than a 70-200, and we are as wide as a 24-105.
I've seen the one we use at homecoming.
Which was the 300.
New
Yeah,
one.
this is the new one.
Yeah, this is the new, way smaller version.
Wow.
Oh. Oh.
Wow. Whoa, it's got battery in it.
Yep, you can put batteries in it.
Wow.
So then the connectors go off to the back. Power goes in right there. And then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
About 15 minutes to set up.
It is really fast. Obviously, first time is going to take longer, but it's really, really fast. It takes longer to set up our data dolly, honestly, and that was with the same amount of people.
Because you're having to level your Dana dolly up in the air.
To level it, there's many more pieces, sandbags, all the safety things we do. It's quite a bit more complicated. All right, so today we were happy with the shots we were getting, but we wanted more runway so we could get more creative shots. So what we're doing is we're taking what was over there in the back, which is typically you see our Dana dolly, which is about 20 feet of usable track, but in the past we've ran it vertical with our audience to get more depth of field. And because with our Dana dolly track, it needing a human operator, it actually, to set it up that way would actually be illegal, like the fire code and blocking off chairs and access. So by using something like this, with our max seating capacity layout, we're able to reconfigure chairs and cut into the aisle without breaking any rules, just because we don't have an operator operating it. So now we've been able to narrow our footprint so we can get a more dynamic, creative shot.
So as you can see, the track's laid on the floor here, and we can actually keep it this close to the wall. And you don't have to have an operator behind it. Like with the Dana dolly, it would have to be a couple feet off the wall. So this allows us to get a shot here. The chairs can still be here. We can keep our 4-foot fire marshal, ADA clearance, whatever, and still get a shot that a Dana dolly could not, or doorway dolly could not achieve this and meet fire code and all that stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
It's fast. Like the fact that
We're gonna double our track length. I figure we'd take it all the way out the back, and we'll literally have a more dynamic shot while doubling our length.
and we're doing this between the afternoon service and the night service. So we can do this whole thing in 30 minutes and have a shot.
Yep.
And we just moved our entire
we definitely did.
entire dolly system.
Yep.
Which there's a lot of dolly systems out there that you can't do that with, or it would take massive amounts of leveling. They're extremely heavy. They might even have to be bolted to the floor, and we just have some sticks, we bolt it together, and we're off and running.
I did op it. It's been a while. The last time I think I've opped any of those things was with a cable cam. And so like to use this was pretty familiar because it's the same control system. And it was epic. Great placement. Really glad we did what we did. People weren't too uncomfortable. Like they didn't really get bothered by it. And people in worship, we were able to get ministry shots and they didn't even notice. Like they had no idea. So that was cool.
Your first time opping it for an event or service, 2 hours.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I love the fact that it's portable. I love the fact that this afternoon we were able to move it from the back of the room to the side of the room within just a little bit, fine tune it, and then be able to offer it in a completely different perspective in a very easy setup. So, and even during the actual service of being able to op it, it's very easy. Once you kind of get the hang of it, you just have to kind of learn exactly how it maneuvers. But once you do, there's many options in the way that you can set the parameters and everything to be able to make it comfortable for you. And so that's why I like it, because I op it different from the way Drake does, I op it different from the way Jesse does, and it allows us just to be able to make it custom to what we want to do.
I thought something that was really cool was not only did we set it up in a different way this time, like we had 2 locations, and both times we were able to wire it into our existing system, and we had no cables running across the floor, the pathway. There was no additional things needed. It was pretty much all wireless or mobile, like truly mobile. And we didn't really have like a bunch of chaos to make it work, you know? We weren't taping cables along the pathway and whatnot. So that's actually, that's a huge deal for a lot of people.
I also think that we had 2 people that have never touched it before op it today that were able to take pre-existing things that they would have done maybe on a dolly and then incorporate those same maneuvers into an actual like motorized system, and they could actually see their vision like come to life with this camera. And I think that was probably like the coolest thing. Definitely like chase opping it and watching him, like he was super excited. That like I watched him get excited about it and goes, this thing is awesome. And I was like, yeah, no, it is. It really is.
I think with the boomerang effect, that feature alone enables a whole bunch of volunteer like labor, I guess. Like the fact that it has that feature, it automates the most complicated part. I think on a good day, you want someone to be able to just zoom, focus, and maybe dolly on it like a Dana dolly. And so there's a lot of moving pieces in the setup. And I thought with the automation, it made it really simple for even a volunteer.
There's so many times, like if I'm doing a big concert or something, I will have the foot pedals and I will control it more. But there's so many times where, like in a church setting, where even during speaking especially, where I will just put it in boomerang mode and you don't have to think about it, and it's doing it really smooth, really well, and it just adds a whole nother level. Plus, you can get away with leaving it without an op in boomerang which is a selling point because sometimes people don't show up. You're short someone, you can still have a shot, and it might not be the 100% that you want, but it's the 80% that you need, and you can still have that shot like running even without an operator.